Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to Flight Simulator. I did a typical Simi thing and I recorded doing my IFR certification, which is sitting in here, my instrument rating basically. And of course, good old OBS decided that it was only going to record quarter of the screen. Therefore, I can't put it up. So what I'm going to do instead is so my plan was to come in here and do another job, and as you can see, I've been doing some jobs obviously off camera. We're sitting at 391 grand at the moment. I've been doing a lot of cargo runs and stuff like that, which is absolutely awesome. I did do the turbo engine rating for the helicopters, but helicopters at the moment, they're kind of it's a bit buggy, and they're kind of peeving me off a little bit. So, we will do some more of that at some point in time, but I have a plan. My plan is to get to medium cargo. To get to medium cargo, I need high performance endorsement and turboprop engine rating. So we're going to work towards those, but IFR was pretty important, and doing the night currency is pretty important as well. So that is what we are going to do. So we're going to do the night currency, we're going to do the high performance endorsement, and then the turboprop, and then we'll head over to multi-engine rating, which I think is a pretty bloody good plan. As you can see, everything seems to be going pretty well. What we probably want to do is we probably want to check our aircraft and have a look at that. The other thing that I do want to do is we can wash it, starting to get dirty, and the planes actually do get dirty. It's about bloody time. They do start to get dirty, and we'll have a look at that when we get down at some point in time. Let's do a checkup on that while we've got the money. We've got flight controls, we've got electrical system and landing gear. We've got a fair bit of maintenance to do on this, but I want to stay... electrical system, 88 grand. I do want to stay on top of this, so 76 there. That's a big whack of maintenance there. That's dropped us from 371 grand down to 200, but I do want to... I really do want to... sort of keep that happening. I mean, the other thing that we could do, we could sell it for 384 grand and go and buy a brand new one because we have enough money. But I do want to work towards purchasing myself a second aircraft, and all I'm going to do is get a cargo 172. But my plan is that that's going to give us a bit of passive income, which is going to be a good thing as well. So that's the plan, and that's where we're going. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to go back into HQ, and you can see that I've been doing 1.5 hour jobs, which has been giving me sort of 170 grand and some pretty good experience. We're nearly up to our S rating as well on our reputation level, so that's pretty cool. Let's have a squiz at this, and let's have a look at the currency. The night currency for aeroplanes, which is good. Let's take this exam, and we'll record this. So yeah, couldn't do the IFR, and I really wanted to do the IFR for you guys. I really did. Unfortunately, couldn't do it. So let's just do our night rating now. Spending a little bit of money in this episode, but we will get it back because I will do some quite a few more runs, cargo runs, which seem to be making me a fair bit of money, which is I'm pretty happy with. So night currency, airplane certification, and here we go. This is probably the first time on camera that we've actually flown at night, which is good. There we go. All right, let's check this out and give it a good go. We've got our torch on, obviously. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the pitot cover. We'll head down here. We'll get rid of the chocks. And I don't think we'll do flaps and stuff like that. We can avoid that at this point in time anyway. So let's jump in the cockpit. All right, lovely. And we will do our startup procedure. The beacon, for some reason, I've got to figure out why, but it's stuck on. Don't know why. I think it might be because of that. There we go. Yep, that's probably it. It was stuck on my controller as well. Let's put our beacon lights on and we'll bring our mixture in rich. We will set our fuel to both. Trim is okay. It's set at 0 degrees. We will turn the master on. And there we go. And let's fire this beast up. There we go. Lovely. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Let's throw on our nav lights. We will call for taxi. It wants us to throw our strobe lights on now. Now, I wouldn't throw my strobe lights on until we got to the runway and we were about to take off. But we'll do it. It's what they want. So that's perfectly fine. Let's let that thing fire up. There we go. Beautiful. I need to get rid of these. Little windows that come up as well. So, all right, looking pretty good there. That is good. We are almost ready to go. It wants us to switch on the taxi lights now, strangely enough. So
you'll be proving what you can do by flying a Cessna C-172 after sunset. Remember that you still need to follow visual flight rules, even if you are flying at night. Try to rely on your environment and on airport lighting aids as much as you can. Only use your avionics when needed.
I've got a little bit of a bad feeling here because it's a little bit misty. And when it was a little bit misty last time and I was doing a cargo flight, I kept getting pinged for flying in IFR conditions, which to me was not a it didn't make me very happy at all. I just kept getting pinged because it was a little bit foggy like this.
Raisy ground. Cessna Delta Sierra
misty.
Victor Tango uniform with Mike. Request taxi for takeoff. Close traffic.
All right, lovely. Okay, that's
Cessna Delta Sierra Victor Tango uniform. Taxi to and hold short of runway 07 via taxiway Mike Tango cross runway 20 Tango Echo. Contact tower on 119.05 when ready.
Easy. Thank you.
Taxi to and hold short runway 07 using taxiway Mike Tango cross runway.
Okay, we are clear
20 Tango
and we are
Echo.
clear.
Cessna Victor Tango uniform.
Hello, instructor. Hello, license instructor. Okay, let's head out here and do this. I don't know what airport we're at. I probably should have checked. But yeah, let's just have a little bit of a look down the bonnet there. We're clear on both sides. Around we go. Less than 20 knots for a taxi. Lovely. All right. So we're going to have to, let's see, let's make sure that our altimeter is set. And it is set. Lovely. We're currently 60 feet off the ground. So we're going to fly to 1,060, which I'm guessing 1,000 will be the circuit height, 1,000 above the airport. It definitely is a little bit misty here, isn't it? But it's looking very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Thankfully, it's actually recording the entire screen now. That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. All right, so we've got I think we've got a pretty fair hike now. If you do want to know what you're doing ground speed wise, so that you do maintain your 20 below 20 knots, you can see over on the you can see over here we've got a ground speed there, so that should help you keep your eye on exactly what's happening. So it is very misty. I am really concerned that as soon as we take off, they're going to go, no, sorry, you're flying in IFR conditions. I don't know whether that'll change now that I have my IFR rating. because when that happened, I only have I only have VFR, so yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got clearance to cross, so we're going to do that. Make sure there's no aircraft on the runways and coming in, which it doesn't look like there is. Let's keep that speed below 20 knots, because they definitely don't like it. Have a look at it. It looks beautiful at night, doesn't it? I'm one of those people, I love the dark. Like, I love nighttime and I love lights, you know, like outside and stuff like that, flashing lights and all of that type of stuff. It's just, I don't know why it fascinates me, but it does, which is a little bit strange. And I definitely like dark. We nearly went over our taxi speed there because of a little downward thing. Some of the a lot of the airports here have like terrain issues, and the taxiways have been dropped over the top of the terrain, and sometimes you'll I remember I landed at one airport and I was taxiing, and then there was just this downward drop on the taxiway, a very steep one, and obviously I got an overspeed, because as soon as I dropped and started going downhill, which I wasn't expecting, then we definitely oversped. So all right, let's stop the hold short for this runway. Let's get ourselves ready for takeoff. We need our fuel pump on. We need our taxi lights off, our landing lights on. We're going to request our takeoff. We're going to put one stage of flaps for takeoff.
Raisy Tower, Cessna Delta Sierra Victor Tango uniform, ready for closed traffic at runway 07.
Cessna Delta Sierra Victor Tango uniform. QNH 101 tree left, closed traffic approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 07.
Lovely. Runway 07
Cleared for takeoff, runway 07. Cessna Victor Tango uniform.
Just going to bring that in as well, and we're going to try and follow this to a T, but I probably won't follow it to a T, but we will pass anyway. Okay, so we've got we might put our pit out on. We've got our pump on. Our landing lights are on. Mixture is rich. Flaps are set at 1. Trim is okay. Let's roll out onto the runway, and we'll probably do a runway start, a rolling start, I think. So definitely do like flying at night as well. I mean, the scenery is beautiful during the day, but when you fly into towns and, you know, you fly over towns and stuff like that, it's actually, I love it. It's really nice. Just having a sip of my coffee while I'm taxiing out here. There we go. Around this way. Slow down just a little bit.
Remember that the yellow and red lights mark the end of the runway. You will need to take off before you reach them.
That'd be really handy, wouldn't it? Okay, there we go. And off we go. Some the old floating light issues, so we'll stay a little bit out of those, and we'll stay to the left. Got to make sure that we don't go absolute full throttle. Airspeed's active, and 50 knots, 55 knots, and we should be able to rotate now. Lovely. A little bit of trim, to trim up and to climb out at 75 knots. Let's see if we can keep this track, shall we? Let's see if we can keep the runway track. Just fling that over there, 75 knots. Still not 300 feet above. As soon as we're 300 feet above, we'll bring our flaps back up. Just missing the runway there a little bit, so let's bring ourselves back in line. 300 feet, flaps up. We'll bring the nose down, so we'll counter trim. And we will climb to 550 feet, which we are nearly at. Climb to 1,100 feet. Just going to keep this happening here and try and keep our track. So Lovely. Lovely. And we're about to do a climbing turn to the left. Bring that ball in. Nice little turn. We're on crosswind. Keep him coming around. We have oversped there a little bit, like a little bit faster than I actually wanted to. And we will do our turn into, we are climbing to 1,100. So we're going to trim down now. I'm going to bring the throttle down and trim the aircraft up. We're just going to descend just a little bit, and we'll fly our downwind leg, which is right about here. We're probably a little bit further out than what we should be, but that'll be okay. Let's try and maintain this this altitude as we go. Let's trim the aircraft down and bring the throttle down a little bit. We don't want to. I just want to keep trimming the aircraft. We'll just get down to about 1,100. If we drop below 1,100, it'll crack the shits at us. So, which it actually didn't. Let's slow this aircraft down. Lovely. And need to trim the nose up a little bit more. I'm still having issues with the aircraft trim. So let's announce our full stop landing.
Razy Tower, Cessna Delta Sierra Victor Tango Uniform, 1,000 feet. To land.
There we go.
Cessna Delta Sierra Victor Tango Uniform, Razy Tower. QNH 101 Make left downwind, runway 07.
Left downwind, runway 07. Can't see the runway lights anymore. Well done. Let's acknowledge that.
Fly left downwind, runway 07. Cessna Victor Tango Uniform.
Slow the aircraft down a little bit. We'll get into flap stage. Watch the ballooning there. So we'll counter trim the ballooning.
Cessna Victor Tango Uniform. Wind 241 at 8. Clear to land runway 07.
And there's our landing clearance.
Clear to land runway 07. Cessna Victor Tango Uniform.
So we're going to start descending a little bit, and we'll do a little bit of a descending turn. I'll keep trimming just a little bit, and we'll bring our throttle down a little bit so that we are continuing to descend. I know I'm a little bit off track, but you're better to be a little bit off track than a lot off track, right? So we will fly our base right now, which we are registered as doing. I'm going to bring the throttle down a little bit more, and as we turn into final, I'm going to bring another stage of flaps down. Bring the throttle down a little bit and continue to descend. I'm going to miss the runway. I'm going to overshoot there a little bit. Bring ourselves in. And there it is. It's not very good, Simi. It's not very good, but let's just glide in here and do a little bit of a turn. Probably would have preferred a longer final than what we actually had, but let's just bring this aircraft in like so. Line ourselves up. Probably not as good as circuit as it should have been, but it's definitely a circuit. Let's slow this aircraft down. A little bit hard on the landing because I was stressing out there a little bit. Let's reduce our speed. Bring our flaps up.
Cessna Victor Tango Uniform. Turn next taxiway.
Okay, flaps are up. Yep, flaps are up. Cool. And we are going to taxi over to here and into the hold short point. So, I mean, we'll pass that, but not as well as I actually wanted to. I did overshoot my turn, which was a little bit annoying. But I tend to do that on short finals, and that was a relatively short final as well. So probably should have started reducing my altitude a little bit earlier, I think there. So, but you know, I'm not a pro, right? Let's turn around here. A little bit of left toe brake.
Cessna Victor Tango uniform. Contact ground on 121.625.
Okay, acknowledge handoff there.
121.625. Cessna Victor Tango uniform.
Pull in and we'll stop at the hold short point here. There we go, lovely. We'll request taxi to parking. Landing lights will come off,
Cessna
taxi
Delta
lights
Sierra
will come
Victor
on.
Tango uniform. Request taxi to parking.
There we go, lovely. And we'll get our
Cessna
clearance
Delta
and we'll go
Sierra
down and
Victor
we'll
Tango
finish this
uniform.
off and
Taxi
get our
to
night
general
rating.
aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Mike.
Lovely. Let's acknowledge our clearance.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Mike. Cessna Victor Tango uniform.
That's me, Cessna. Sierra Victor Tango uniform. All right, lovely. Nice big airport to do a circuit on with nice lighting there. Let's taxi ourselves in, shall we? Just going to bring that in a little bit so I can see my taxi speed. So the last thing I want to do is get pinged for a taxi speed, but I'm not overly happy with that one, to be honest, guys. My turn to final was absolutely horrific. But you know, I brought her in. It was a little bit harsh on the landing, obviously, as you all bore witness. But you know, is what it is, right? What can we do? It's probably going to be it's not that long a taxi. I don't know why they're devaluing my plane and parking a big piece of junk on there next to it, but you know, that's fine. Actually, I don't think this is my plane. This is the instructor's. This is the licenser's plane, so it's not our plane to worry about, to be honest. It's one of those things that you know, on your career mode and stuff, once you've bought an aircraft, you're at the point where you where anything you do to your aircraft, any hard landing or anything like that, is a little bit of a cringe because it costs you a bloody fortune, right? There we go. Pull him up there, which is pretty good. Let's set our parking brake. Lovely. Let's turn our taxi lights off. We will turn our strobe lights off. We'll leave our beacon on. Fuel pump should have gone off anyway. And let's starve this little beast. Bring our those off, bring the nav off, bring the beacon off, and we are...
You've clearly shown that you have what it takes to fly at
finish.
night. Congratulations on passing your night currency.
Yay, but really bad. Respect to traffic pattern, 97%. That's actually not too bad. The taxi path, 93%. It doesn't like any way you taxi. We got an A on that. Everything went perfectly, 100%. Plane handling, 100%, which is good. Respecting the traffic pattern altitude, 100%. We were kind of jumping between 200 feet there, which was okay. That was perfectly fine, but we did pass that. Our night currency, we can now fly at night. Woohoo! This is good news because it'll open up more jobs and it allows us to carry passengers at night as well, which is really, really cool. Our high performance endorsement is going to cost us $5,000 to do. We will look at doing that at some point in time. Getting to that airline pilot or charter captain, that's going to be really good because I'm actually going to look forward to doing charter flights. The only thing that I'm not going to be looking forward to is actually having to listen to the same AI text lines over and over and over again. So that's going to be a pain in the ass. But let's work towards a high performance endorsement, a turboprop engine rating, which will then allow us to. We will be pretty close. It will allow us, with our turboprop engine, to buy ourselves a caravan. Now, a caravan's not a cheap aircraft. If we have a look at that, we manage that company. We look at aircraft, used aircraft. And I still think cargo at the moment seems to be the best way to go for me. If we have a look at our Grand Caravans, as you can see, second-hand, 2.5 mil. So I wouldn't mind getting up to there, but at the same time, it'd be great to actually throw in another one of these. And if we throw in another one of these, like I said, it does passive income. Now, the aircraft that you buy, whatever livery is on it, is the livery. The repaint button that's in maintenance does not... I believe just repaints the aircraft in the existing livery. It does not repaint in a different color, so it just restores the paint. So what we kind of want to do, if we want to keep some kind of consistency, is probably keep the same livery up until we make other companies. So for example, if we make a charter company, then as opposed to having the cargo colors, we could actually buy aircraft that were a different color. So we'll see how we go. It doesn't give you, it only gives you kind of basically two liveries, so which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But the charter company can have any livery at all, unless we want to yeah, it'd be nice to have the option to have all of your aircraft painted in a particular, even if you had to pay for it, in a particular color. And this one's actually started growing on me, believe it or not. So I'm sort of pretty happy about I'm pretty happy with what it is at the moment. So I apologize that you didn't get to see the IFR rating, but I can guarantee you that we will be doing jobs that require IFR. And basically what it's done is it's updated for live weather. And you know, we could do a night flight. At this point in time, I'm down here. I ended up doing a big flight down to here and then across to here. So I need to make my way back up to home, which is up here. I wouldn't mind getting down to Italy and doing some flights in Italy, and also eventually doing some flights across to the tip of the top of Africa there, which would be absolutely fantastic. So we've got a lot to do, and I'm pretty excited. I really like the fact that when I get into flight sim, like I love flying, and I just love it to death. And but it just adds such a, with this career mode, it just adds such a different purpose to the flying, if you understand what I mean. So it's just yeah. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. That was our night rating. And if you want to just see me do ratings, or if you want to see some flights in between, let me know. I will be doing some more helicopter stuff, most definitely. But it is relatively it's a bit of a pain in the ass, and it's quite buggy. So, but then what isn't buggy, right? I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.